This budget plan approval comes as there are 12,281 migrants in 25 shelters across the city. Right now, more than 1,800 people are still awaiting placement.
No buses from the southern border expected to arrive here in Chicago today. Second day in a row without migrants arriving by bus, and it comes just days after Governor Pritzker reached out directly to Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
To the migrant crisis in Chicago now, the state of Illinois says it will temporarily set up hotel rooms to safely house migrant families. At the request of the city of Chicago, the Illinois Department of Human Services made 30 hotel rooms available yesterday, with more rooms for up to 200 people coming online today.
The state of Illinois stepping in to support Chicago's response to an influx of asylum seekers from the southern border in recent days. The state is temporarily putting up hundreds of new arrivals in hotel rooms.
Now the migrant situation only intensifying amid these Arctic temps.
And now Governor Pritzker offering millions of dollars to suburbs that agreed to house new arrivals.
Casey Cronus has the latest from the city's migrant landing zone.
Dressed in jean shorts and tube socks, this new arrival is shivering as he and others are getting a good taste of a Chicago winter. There are about 280 migrants at the city's landing zone, packed into warming buses, waiting for shelter as the cold rain pours down.
Last week, we spoke to a councilman in Illinois who called on wealthy residents to open up their homes to migrants.
5 of the city's temporary migrant shelters have closed amid a decrease in the number of new arrivals from the southern border.
Mayor says consolidation could help the city save money, but community partners are encouraging officials to keep resources accessible in case of another surge.
There are more than 2,000 migrants in Chicago right now, but our Tara Molina learned about a quarter of them are eligible for the special protection and work permits that have been made possible by the federal government.
In a letter, Pritzker urged Governor Abbott to pause drop-offs this past weekend due to the winter storm. Abbott replied that Texas will continue to send migrants until the president secures the border.
Those moved to hotel rooms will be transferred to a former CVS pharmacy in Little Village. It is being turned into a shelter and is expected to be completed in January. The state says additional shelter sites are also being explored.
The state of Illinois is announcing 30 hotel rooms are now available for 200 asylum seekers. The state says this is a temporary but necessary response to the unprecedented number of migrants coming from Texas in recent days.
The state announced $17 million in additional funding. More than half of that will go specifically to suburbs to support new arrivals living there. But here's the catch. The money cannot be used to transport those migrants to the city.
And a new shelter comes just in time for migrants to experience a Chicago winter in January. Single digits are expected early next week.
The city updating us on some big changes.
My responsibility is to optimize the space that we have. Those particular shelters that you're referring to will save the city conservatively about $19 million.